Hey everybody, it's Allie and welcome to my Y&R chat vlog for Sunday, October 10th. Jack and Phyllis back together are making me so happy. I can't even tell you. I feel like all is right with the world. Phyllis said to Jack this week, "Did you ever think that we would end up back here?" And Jack replied, "Did you ever think we wouldn't?" Oh, I loved that. It just summed it all up so well. And one day, we're gonna find out that Summer is Jack's child. You know, we never did see those paternity test results, and I've always thought that there was something a little suspicious about that. Really, only Nick is the one who knows the truth. He's the only one that saw the results. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that twist, probably in the far future, but it's gonna be there one of these days. So, I don't know, with Nick and Sharon and Jack and Phyllis back together, you know, Jack kind of mentioned this week, it feels like, you know, we all just woke up in the shower and the past several years just never happened, you know? And that is exactly how it feels. I don't know, how are you guys feeling about this? It's like Nick and Sharon are back together, Phyllis and Jack are back together. Is it too good to be true? Are you happy with this coupling? I can't wait to hear what you guys think, how you're feeling about it. Honestly, I'm happier, I think, about Jack and Phyllis being back together than Nick and Sharon or anything else on the show this week. They are captivating me. Nick and Sharon had their first date at the Harvest Festival, and Nick brought her flowers, and it was very cute. I mean, they're so natural together, but then again, they've been together many times, even when Nick was married to Phyllis, so it's just feels very, you know, obvious and natural that they're back together. But I really loved seeing Jack and Phyllis just hanging out at her house, having some grilled cheese and wine. I thought that was wonderful. They're reminiscing about old times, and, you know, what could be more precious than that? I guess the only problem is I'm a little bit worried that we're sliding back into this a little bit too easily. You know, nothing could possibly be this simple. Things for Nick and Sharon, on the one hand, are looking all perfect, but Adam is hanging over them like a dark storm cloud, and I'm telling you, Sky is gonna turn up missing one of these days, and Adam is gonna be at Sharon's doorstep begging for sympathy. And, you know, in the other place, Jack and Phyllis are just now starting to get into their nice, fun groove. And who shows up but Diane? I love it. I'm actually really excited about it. I've always enjoyed the character of Diane. Susan Walters was my favorite actress who played her, but I'm really excited to see what Mara West will bring into the role. So look out, Jack and Phyllis, there's a new Diane in town.
Have you seen Murphy? No, I haven't. Just got here a few minutes ago.
He needs your help, Catherine. He's in trouble. Murphy's in trouble.
Donation from Victor. Odd that it'd be just sitting on the counter.
It's not right. Something's wrong. You know it. It's not right.
Murphy, where in God's green earth are you?
I loved the Harvest Festival this week. Of course, I'm a Midwestern girl, so I have to. I hope it becomes a regular thing, like a yearly thing. That would be wonderful. And I hope we have a Halloween party of some kind this year, Y&R, please. I think that, you know, these kind of, you know, events are a really good way to let the characters from different storylines intermingle with each other. And speaking of that, where the heck was Neil? You know, we've been talking for weeks about how are we going to integrate the Winters into the rest of you know, Genoa City society. That would have been a perfect opportunity. Of course not. We couldn't have had Neil and Devon and Roxy, and I mean, Lily and Kane went off to the cabin. Why couldn't they have just gone to the Harvest Festival? That would have been so much better. I don't know. It was fun nonetheless. The Jana and Chloe hat scene was so awkward. It was like awkward. You know, it was just almost painful to watch, Let's see. It was also, I thought, pretty fun to watch Sky trampling around in her fur coat in the mud. Adam said to her before they left the hotel room, "We're not going to Monte Carlo. It's a harvest festival. You don't need to wear a fur coat and expensive shoes." I thought that was kind of fun. She's like Gloria Jr., you know? When are these two ladies gonna go shopping together? They need to get together. They're so similar. The best part, I think, of the Harvest Festival was Phyllis and Sharon. They were exchanging jabs back and forth, and it was really fun I always enjoy seeing those two girls go at it. And after all was said and done, Sharon almost ended up with a pie in the back of her head.
My pills.
These pills?
Oh, you bitch!
Help.
Well, another great intermingling of the storylines was Daniel's art show. First of all, you know, I still can't help but feel like Noah is Daniel number 2. You know, like, I like the guy. I'm sure he's gonna do a really good job, but he's not Noah to me. I sort of wish they would have brought him on as a totally new character. Like, Daniel should be the guy with the guitar, not Noah. Noah should be passing a football, you know? I don't know. And Noah and Jana together makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Everything having to do with Jana lately is making me uncomfortable. I like that the relationship between Noah and Jana is causing Kevin to be a little bit jealous, because frankly I think Kevin is being a little bit of a jerk right now. Right as Jana was walking in to the gallery, Kevin was publicly saying, kind of loud, "Getting divorced is the best thing that's happened to me." How rude, you know? I mean, yeah, who would want an amazing partner that you could count on and who you could share things with when you could just have random sex with strangers? Oh, sure, psh, no comparison. I mean, really. I don't know. How did everybody feel about Daniel's art show? I thought Daniel did a pretty good job. I don't know. Daniel should really have no problem getting work. You know, he's Daniel Romolotti's son, and his mom is the editor-in-chief of Restless Style. And oh yeah, Nick Newman is his stepfather. You know, I don't know, it's a bit of a stretch for me to see him as this starving artist, but, you know, I like that Daniel doesn't use fame and didn't want to use Abby's stunts to taint his work. You know, he seems almost uncomfortable with the fact that he's, you know, a talented guy. So I don't know, maybe he sees being the son of rich people to be kind of oppressive to him. I don't know. I can't relate. But I don't know. What did you guys think about the whole gallery scene, and what did you think about Daniel's artworks? Did you get a chance to look at any of the paintings? Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought.
Well, let's pray there's hope for my Murphy. Everybody who knows Murphy loves him. They're all pulling for him. It took some time, but Victor recovered. We have to hope that Murphy will too.
Well, this week was the anniversary of Colleen's death, and I'm really glad that Y&R acknowledged it. It was very sad and very moving. Honestly, I thought that one of the highlights of the week was Abby's emotional speech at the hospital. I mean, of everyone who was mourning over her loss, it was really Abby that kind of brought me into the moment. It was very moving, it was very real, and it makes me appreciate the recast, because at this time last year, we were dealing with that horrible Abby who made me feel nothing for her. In fact, she was just annoying throughout the entire process of Colleen's death. But, you know, I felt that that scene in the hospital really showed another side of Abby's character that we haven't seen yet. It made her more relatable to me. You know, it's easy to forget that Abby is a character who lost Brad, you know, the man that she thought was her father for, you know, most of her life. You know, she lost Brad, she lost Colleen very shortly thereafter, and maybe, just maybe, you know, the performance kind of makes you think that maybe that's why Abby is the way she is. So I appreciated that because it added kind of another layer onto that character, and everybody was just really wrecked. If you saw Jack in that hospital scene, he was destroyed thinking about what he did to her, you know, and how his argument with Victor had affected Abby. You know, it really, everybody was wrecked during that scene, except for Victor. That, you know, it really ticked me off. Victor just walked away. Abby's having this heartfelt speech, and Victor literally just walks away. You know, at least Jack felt remorse for having this fight. You know, Victor's walking around with Colleen's heart, and he can't even bother to stick around to listen to, you know, what his daughter's having to say about it. You know, it was nice of Victor on the one hand to extend the olive branch to the girls this week, but he still doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. The girls want independence and respect for their choices. No. No! Murphy! Maggie, that bitch! How dare she mess with my Murphy wine order? Okay. It is one thing to spike Nikki's drink, but it is quite another to almost kill Murphy. That is a completely different story, and this means war. If I'm telling you, if anything happens to Murphy, I will flip out. At least they have the FBI on this case, and I wouldn't want it any other way. The FBI should be involved in Murphy's attempted assassination. I'm enjoying seeing Ronan and JT work together on this case. They make a good little team, and I found out last week that Thad Luckenbill is leaving the show. I'm sad about that. He's been on the show since 1999. That's over 10 years. I mean, you know, we've really seen him grow into a man on the show since he was a Glow by Jabot kid. You know, we've seen him grow up and then get pushed to the sidelines with no good storylines for the past year. But I don't know, hopefully JT's last act will be to bust Maggie, because I'm telling you, the quickest way to make me hate her was to have her mess with Murphy. I mean, I was kind of into her for a little while, but now it's on, okay? Maggie is going down. I don't know, so what is Maggie's secret? You know, Murphy said to her as he's having his heart attack, I'm not gonna let you do it again. You know, so what is it? What exactly is it that she's done in the past? I'm thinking maybe she's a Black Widow. Maybe she marries guys and then kills them for their money, which is why she's trying to get Nikki out of the way to get to Victor. I don't know, for a moment I actually thought maybe she was working for Tucker. You know, it could be possible. Tucker is getting increasingly alienated from the rest of the family, and he's gonna definitely hit a wall sooner or later. I mean, you gotta give the guy credit for showing up at the hospital when, you know, when Murphy, a guy who he really doesn't get along with, is hurt. Tucker shows up. You know, you gotta give him credit for that. And Jill, as a matter of fact, too. You gotta, you know, give him credit for being there. I know that it's hard for Catherine to think about other people's feelings when, you know, she's in a position like this, but you can't choose your family. You know, you have to let them be close. You have to take all of the support that you can get, you know, from them. So, I don't know, it's kind of sad because in Genoa City, tragedies like Murphy's heart attack are supposed to bring family together, not push them apart. Okay, well, those are my thoughts for today. If you guys haven't gone back and read the responses to last week's community question video, what is your YNR routine? You have to go back and read it because it's so cool. Thank you guys so much for sharing your YNR rituals with me. It was amazing to read them, and reading all of those comments are what kind of prompted me to video my journey through Murphy's illness this week, which I hope you guys enjoyed. It's really not very glamorous how I watch YNR, but thank you again for sharing them with me. Go back and read those comments. Go to my website at alliepuckett.com if you want to connect with me before next week, but I will be back next week, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you then. Love you guys. Bye!